Every morning, before the sun rose over Rome, before the Senate convened, before the messengers arrived with news of wars on three fronts, the most powerful man in the world sat alone with a pen. He didn't check reports, he didn't issue orders. He wrote to himself, "Begin the morning by saying to thyself, I shall meet with the busybody, the ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, unsocial." That was Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, and committed Stoic. What he was doing wasn't venting, it wasn't pessimism, it was a practice, a deliberate daily exercise that helped him navigate one of the most demanding jobs in human history without losing his mind or his character. Today we're going to break down exactly what that practice looked like, why the Stoics built it, and how you can use it starting tomorrow morning. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome from 161 to 180 AD, arguably the height of the Roman Empire. He didn't choose the role. He was adopted by Emperor Hadrian's successor and groomed from childhood for power. What set him apart wasn't his military victories, though he won plenty. It was that he spent his entire reign trying to be a good person while doing an impossible job. His private journal, which he never intended to publish, survived 1,800 years and became one of the most widely read philosophy texts in the world. We call it Meditations. He called it nothing. It was just practice. And practice is the key word. Marcus wasn't a natural Stoic saint. He struggled, he failed. He wrote reminders to himself because he needed them. That's what makes Stoicism real. It's not a personality type, it's a technology for living. There were three core components to the Stoic morning practice. Let's go through each. First, premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Before Marcus started his day, he would mentally rehearse what could go wrong. Not to be anxious, not to catastrophize, but to remove the surprise. If you've already imagined your meeting going badly, the difficult person being difficult, the plan falling apart, when those things happen, you don't react. You respond. You've already been there in your mind. Seneca put it this way: let us prepare our minds as if we had come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. The modern version: spend 2 minutes each morning imagining the hardest thing you'll face that day and your calm response to it. Second, the Stoic journal. Marcus used journaling not as a diary, but as an ethical practice. He would write philosophical principles to himself as reminders. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The journal was a mirror, a way to catch himself slipping from his values before those slips became habits. The practice: write one question each morning. Where am I likely to compromise my character today, and what will I do instead? Even 2 or 3 sentences. The act of writing activates a different kind of thinking than passive reading. Third, voluntary discomfort. Stoics regularly practiced doing without. They'd eat simple food, sleep on hard surfaces, wear coarse clothing by choice for short periods. Why? Because most anxiety comes from fear of loss. If you've already experienced a bad meal and survived it, the fear of losing your comfortable life shrinks. You know you can handle it. The modern version: one day per week, eliminate one comfort. No coffee, cold shower, skip lunch, no phone until noon. Practice not needing the things you want. Here's the practical 3-step morning protocol you can start tomorrow. Total time 10 minutes. Step 1, the 2-minute pre-meditation, minutes 1 to 2. Before you look at your phone, before coffee, sit with your eyes closed and ask, what is the hardest thing I'll face today? Picture it in detail. Now picture yourself responding with calm and clarity. That's it. You've prepared. Step 2, the Stoic journal prompt, minutes 3 to 7. Open a notebook or a notes app. Write 3 responses to this prompt. Today I will focus on what is in my control. What is not in my control today that I need to release? List anything you've been mentally fighting that you cannot change, then write, the one action within my control I'll take today is blank. Specific, concrete. Step 3, 1 voluntary limit, minutes 8 to 10. Choose one small thing you won't do until you've done your most important work. No social media until after your first hour of deep work. No coffee until you've written your first 500 words. This trains the will. These 3 steps take 10 minutes. Marcus spent more time, but 10 minutes done consistently beats an hour done once. We live in a world of maximum external demand and minimum internal preparation. You wake up and immediately the phone shows you 47 things that need your attention. News, messages, notifications. By 8 a.m., you've already responded to other people's priorities 3 times. The Stoics would recognize this world immediately. They lived in it. Rome was noisy, politics was vicious, people died unexpectedly, empires rose and fell. Their answer wasn't to opt out, it was to come to each day already centered, so external noise had less power. The morning practice doesn't fix your life, it fixes your relationship with your life. That's more valuable. As Marcus wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. If this hit home, the next video in this series covers memento mori, why the Stoics believed meditating on death would make you more alive. It sounds dark, it isn't. Watch it next. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you start the 10-minute morning practice, tell me how it goes in the comments. I read them. I'll see you in the next one.